Last week on overtime.
I mean, the balls you gotta have to just say shit, put the shit in your lyrics.
I mean,
Like,
but
I
they
mean,
get fuel.
God,
They get
yeah.
fuel to do it though, because everybody, this whole hip hop culture, everybody, oh, he's the realest. He's the realest nigga ever.
Yeah.
So like everybody got everybody got to prove how real they are.
How real they are.
Their need to prove how real they are be leaving the trail for the police. I don't really be feeling sorry for rappers. It's like these is like multi-millionaire, dudes that you would think like at a certain point, once you get the money, you might want to live a straight narrow path, especially when there's so many stories about guys doing what they got to do to survive. You doing what these, we always say, oh, guys doing what they got to do to survive, and then they make it out the situation. Or at least you would think when you become a millionaire rapper, like, don't like like then don't they be working with like pop artists now and stuff like that? So you would think, they Hollywood, you know what I'm saying? And then it's like you getting involved in this type of stuff. I mean, I don't know.
I feel like they're trying to starve us out. The whole food shortage, gas shortage, baby formula shortage.
I mean, that's the lifeline, though.
Bill Gates is heavily invested in lab-produced breast milk, and now we have a baby formula shortage.
Okay.
The same thing with that lab-produced steak, chicken.
Right. Yeah.
What they have released as far as what they're trying to lock them up for, and they specifically say, "Oh yeah, we're gonna use the lyrics." I feel like that's maybe song and dance or whatever, just to get people, just to feel a certain type of way about this shit or whatever. Because if the feds lock you up, man, I feel like there's a whole lot more.
Yeah,
there's a whole
just
lot
lyrics.
more.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? It's a whole lot more there.
I think that's his Kendrick's intention. His music. I feel like his music, you kind of got to like sit with that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because his music is more like, it seems more thought out. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you got to kind of listen to catch the shit that he made. You may not have caught off the first time. Might need a few listens. You know what I'm saying? I think he just one of those artists where it's like just sitting down one time ain't gonna ever do anything that he does justice. Fuck that is.
He can barely keep.
Yeah.
Oh, it doesn't look like a solid thing. It look like it's like a.
They never look like a solid.
Like
thing.
a bubble.
Yeah.
It is like it's changing form.
Yeah. It's a weird dynamic that we have kind of created as a society.
Of course.
I mean, I just think that shit ain't nothing. It's a prison pipeline. You know what I'm saying? Like whether we want to admit it, we like the music, but then it's also, creating guys who really live their lifestyle to make the music, because those are the type of guys that get celebrated the most. So then they like, hey, look at me, but I'm real. But look, I'm really real. Like, look, and then that nigga going to jail. You know what I'm saying? And if he didn't try to.
We haven't heard Kendrick. Like, we've been waiting for Kendrick to drop. So I think the anticipation and the
expectation was too large.
Too large, and we knew that was going to happen. We said that.
On the conspiracy tip, you think this got anything to do with it? We seen the whole DMX thing. We seen the whole Grammy Illuminati blood shit. This was like 2 weeks ago.
Man, I mean, that could all be played. Or since we're going down the conspiracy lane and shit, and this is the music industry. So remember, we've had this conversation multiple times. Rappers go to jail, you get caught up in like some shit like this, nigga, you're off to stardom. You know what I'm saying? I've never seen a rapper get arrested and then like lose. They usually they're stardom, and so this could be a humiliation ritual. You know what I'm saying? This could be all tied into, if we just speaking from the conspiracy theory perspective. It could all be tied in. And Ryan was saying, when an artist like this, he drop every 5-6 years, it seemed like. So in between, whenever he drops something new, it's like your ear is not even accustomed to hearing music that way, because everybody else do it like on a certain kind of path. And then Kendrick come out and his sound don't even fit into what's popping right now at the time. And I feel like that's kind of almost how it always is when he come out. He kind of just put out the music that he like, and it's his sound never really fit what everybody doing whenever he drops. I guess we can say these days rappers are really real, compared to, I guess, when everybody used to have all these tall tales. But Yeah.
They said they've been collecting evidence since like 2013.
All right. So all right. Okay. So if they can get Young Thug, so somebody like Pusha T who swears up and down that he pushes weight and all of this shit since whenever, right? So there's just that's cool. Not like they don't look into Pusha T, but they look into so he messy. Okay,
yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And it said,
All right.
and the whatever the judge or whoever the lead chief officer, she was saying something like 80% of the crime in that area was directly connected to their gang. So this, you know what I'm saying. So I mean, they, like, you know, I guess you was like you were saying, Brian, they was being messy, leaving the trail. You know.
Nigga running the car,
and if they can connect 80% of the crime in your,
these are the same people. Every time it's a beef, they putting guns in the camera on Instagram Live. I'll do this to you, blah blah, and then something happens to them, even if you are not. Who's the first motherfucker they gonna look at? Like, that's dumb.
That's everybody.
Yeah.
And I mean, the nigga talented, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's not, there's not a lot of people that can make music the way he do shit. So crazy. You know, that's a very, very what's the word I'm looking for? Like, very unique talent, man. You can't really repeat guys like that. So
give me some McDonald's. Back, I might remember something.
I might remember.
Do that.
Jeez.
Big Mac fries, Coke. Yeah, done.
Yeah. On the other hand, you going to jail is kind of like a noble thing, and
it is in a certain way. It is. Yeah. It's like a war vet, like going to prison. It's like, oh man, nah, he been through it. Like, y'all gotta listen to what he got to say.
He did 5 years. He's back. He's back. Here's a single.
Nah, it's true.
And the problem is, so many niggas is scared of y'all. I'm not scared of no young niggas because I'm not coming at you in the wrong way. I'm coming at you the way your daddy ain't coming at you, the way your uncle couldn't come at you, because them niggas was dead in prison. So I ain't gonna be on the gram talking some sucker shit to you. Just like I checked the young nigga in here. I don't know who it was. If like you rappers, like the artists, if you don't want to be an artist, take it to the streets. But don't bring the dumb shit in the game trying to prove that you're a fucking real nigga. And while you proving that you're a real nigga, you gonna finesse yourself out of position and out of opportunity that can change your family and generations in your family life.
So got to throw in like the cross-dressing aspect to a Young Thug. He kind of fits into that agenda as well. So, you know, he might be a very valuable asset. He give you the gangster shit, then he give you the cross-dressing shit. So he kind of get it all with him. You know, he's the full package.
Hey, I'm on that Hugh Hefner shit, man. If I ever was to have to go sit down 20, 25 years, the time they let you sit at home with your family, I'm bound to go get my motherfucking breast dead. I'm bound to get my titty dead so I can do my 25 year with hoes. Have me some fun, man. I don't get tired. Kevin Gatewood.
Hey, you know what's funny about
I know y'all gotta do it. You have to.
2 inmates are pregnant by transgender inmate at all women's prison. All you progressive motherfuckers, look what y'all doing.
We in that shit. 2 inmates impregnated by transgender inmates.
That one got these 2 pregnant.
Oh,
I just don't know what ass man.
They let this nigga up in there, John.
I'm like that Biden was going to possibly sign something where it mandates that, you know, certain manufacturers like make that shit 24/7 while they may be contracted to make cereal and all sorts of other shit. Like, they would be tasked to specifically make baby formula.
I would recommend 100% to find some type of alternative, because this shit, it sounds 100% engineered, like
fabricated.
Yeah, they're causing a shortage and they're going to provide a different solution. Isn't it like some like communist shit though? Like, didn't they always like starve, like communist China? Didn't they starve they fucking people? Didn't like
it was one of the
Didn't like Stalin? Didn't he starve his people? Didn't Mussolini? Didn't he starve his people? Is that what they doing?
It could be.
You starving somebody and then you make them all irrational with their thoughts and shit, and you force them in like one wave of thinking.
So now solely only give their kids
right
baby formula.
Right.
So like if they don't have that,
right,
what are you supposed to do? How is
right.
the kid supposed to?
And now
get
you're
nutrients?
desperate. Now you're desperate, and now you're
Now you ain't thinking right. Right.
Now you at the feet of these motherfuckers.
Yep.
Because now I'm curious. So what are the ingredients that are in, let's say, your average formula? And we need to look into
shit.
What I'm saying though, like if
that's a whole lot of shit.
I mean, that's a lot. Okay, so when
it's like the back of a cleaning product or some shit.
No bullshit.
How that look? Dude,
so
you got coconut.
Let's say organic non-fat milk at the top.
That's a good organic non-fat milk, but doesn't milk have fat in it organically? Right? Am I tripping? Am I thinking right?
No, right? That sounds about right.
Isn't milk supposed to have fat in it? So how you have organic non-fat milk?
Nah, if Bill Gates gets his hands on it.
I know, right? Maybe they just have a shortage on thiamine chloride, hydrochloride. Maybe because of that, that's the reason why we be in trouble now.
Right.
Or maybe it's the ascorbyl commentate. That's what it is. They have a shortage of that.
They don't have enough of that.
We don't got enough ascorbyl. We don't have enough.
Right, because they using probably too much to create missiles and shit for fucking Ukraine.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Yeah, all the Sinai cobalamin is getting put in all the missiles getting sent over. That's exactly.
But that's crazy.
Like, do aliens like a certain type of
chick?
Like, she gotta be thick though. That's the question,
right?
Like, do they record this? Do they require a thick woman, or do they want like a
thick?
I'm just saying though, right? Think about it.
That's true.
Why did he choose her? You know what I'm saying?
So people gonna use a loophole where you can go to the Satanic Church because it's classified as a religious institution, just like the Church of like Scientology and shit, and they do abortion rituals. So that's going to be protected underneath the Satanic Church. So it's going to drive people towards that.
Because I thought about that, and I'm like, what is the downside to keeping babies alive? I was thinking about that, and it was hard for me to find a reason.
Right. But you're going to have babies in situations where people can't care for the babies themselves because it's hard out here with the food, the jobs, all these type shortages. And
I mean, but do you think that's really the reason why people will be getting abortions? Because they're for noble reasons?
No, because they're irresponsible.
So. That's the main reason why.